are going to be doing a standing row. Okay, so a standing row, you can use the back of a chair if you were doing this at home, or if you're in the studio, you could use the rail, all right, that's on there, or you could use, I'm going to use the back of the bench here so that I can show you more clearly. So the bent over, our standing row is working our back muscles, right? So this is where we want to focus, that we're squeezing between our shoulder blades when we come up. Now if you were doing this and you were feeling it in your forearm, your weight is too heavy. So any time that you're feeling an exercise through here, it's too heavy, and you don't want to feel that, because this is trying to do the work instead of your back. So that's why we want to really, really focus on your back and using your back muscles. So what I'm going to do is I've got my weights here, and I'm putting one foot in front of the other so I feel more comfortable that way. I've got my hand on my bench here. So I'm leaning forward, I've got this nice neutral spine, but I don't want to look down, because if I'm looking down, I'm going to tend to arch my back. So I'm sticking my chest out, I'm sticking my bum out, all right, and I'm going to look forward. So from here, I'm going to pull back, I'm using my shoulder blades, so the muscles in my back, to pull the weight back, and my elbow scrapes against my side. So I'm coming back. I'm going to hold it here for a second and really focus on using that back, and then bring it back down. Bring it back up, and bring it back down. So we don't want to be, so see, I'm bringing my elbows scraping against my side. We don't want it to be coming out this way, coming back, squeezing, coming back down. All right. So again, you want to be feeling it. So we're going to do it on each side. When I come back, I try to imagine that I'm squeezing my shoulder blades together, and I'm trying to get my shoulder blades to touch. It is not possible to get them to touch, but we just want to imagine that we're doing that back. Now, other things to be mindful of, especially when you're lifting a heavier weight. Now, again, if I'm not thinking about it, my poor posture, see my back's arched, my shoulders forward, all right? So I could do this way, all right? But make sure shoulder is in place. It's not hanging out, it's in place to keep that nice posture. Coming all the way back, all the way back down, all right? So make sure that you take those few seconds to get your posture right first. So again, how can you fiddle with this to make it more challenging? So again, depending on the weight that you have, so the things that you could be doing is you can slow it down, okay? So we want to slow it down so you could count for 4 or 5 counts all the way back. You could, when you come back, you can hold it here, 1, 2, 3, and then come back. So that's one way that you can make it more challenging. You could look at your reps. Again, depending on the weight that you have, how many reps that you would do, according to your levels of the percentage of the weight that we're going to lift. So that's the kind of the 2 things that you can do to make it more challenging to make sure that we're really, really working that back. Now the back is a big muscle, so it can cope with lifting a heavier weight. All right, so remember, it's not as intricate as what the shoulder is. So don't be scared to go too heavy. Good luck, guys.
We can leave the rest to your imagination.